Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on GTA 5 with apparently a helicopter graveyard and a massive blue. It's a bit of a weird starting position we have for this month's Survive the Hunt. Yes, we're going to start on a boat, because why not? Somewhere amongst the rolled and crashed helicopters there's a bit of a pool party going on for that lot down there. The aim of the game is going to be the same as it always is for me. I have 24 hours to try and survive within the city as best I can. Anyway, once we've got off of the boat, we will begin the 24 hours, while this lot are going to try and hunt me down. As you can see, though, there is no names over players, there is no map. The aim of the game is stealth and blowing up some cars along the way. There are some pink prees for us to blow up for some bonus points. How the hell did someone get a jet ski up there? Can I nick that? Do we reckon we can nick this? I hope so. It looks quite nice. A little bit of a lag from there. We're going to go and steal away in this big powerboat looking thing. Actually quite a long way along. The whatever it's called there. It's not quite a powerboat, but whatever, you know, this thing. It's kind of more luxurious speedboat. Regardless, we're going to head off towards the city. Now, there's a bunch of options that we can do, and this is kind of half the fun of this. Why we're doing it like this is that it's something a little bit different. We can take a few different approaches, we can take a few different routes around the map and see where we might sort of begin, and the hunters have got to try and find a different way around. We probably shouldn't have taken this massive boat down the little canal-ish kind of an area. I'm not really sure what to call it. In fact, we are going to start bottoming out the boat along the way here. However, what we can do is, I guess we have to, we have to ditch the boat. I mean, that's okay. We'll park it up here. That's fine. They might find it. It won't matter. We're going to be long gone by the time that they do. Now, aside from, of course, the no maps on, the no name over players, etc. There are various rules for us. In fact, I think we ended up about where we started normally anyway, because I'm an idiot. I know we found the train line. This has not been a very good. No, is that a train? No, there's a bridge. There's a road bridge. Ignore me. This has actually not been a very clever start by me in the slightest, I don't think. But we're here now. I guess it's something. I can't climb over that. We're in like a junkyard at the moment. Well, this has gone utterly awfully. I guess one thing that we can do is at least let's get into some more incognito-y clothes for us. I didn't actually see the time we jumped off the boat. It was about half. Yeah. I didn't actually check my phone before we did this. We're gonna go in that Oracle, I think. Yeah, that'll work for us. There's actually some weirdness going on. We will nick the Oracle from them, spin the car around. It doesn't matter too much about my keeping track of the time. There will be put up somewhere else when I've finished. So as always, I've got to sort out the map. We've got a little bit of time. We've got a little bit of leeway while I sort out my second monitor, because the window's just managed to close, and I do need to be able to see what's going on. Basically, there we go. We've got the map. We've got the map back for where the prees are located. So dotted around the city are about 8 or 9 bright pink prees. My goal is to blow up as many of them while I try to survive. There's no rhyme or reason to, other than for fun and because it's part of the challenge. I've got to try and blow up as many of these as I can. I'm hoping to try and get 4. If I can get 4, that's generally quite a good number. Of course, these prees are owned by the hunters, so when I blow them up, it acts as a kind of a ping to give them a rough idea of my location. It helps. I say speed the game up. It helps make the game a little bit more tense. I can't simply be incognito the entire way around. And if I can manage to be incognito the entire way around while blowing up 3 or 4 prees, then I'm doing fairly damn well. Now, we are going to... The hunters are going to have been released by now. They're going to be on their way. The actual players themselves, we've got to have to get on a boat and swim and find cars, etc. The blimp is actually a little bit more of a concern in that does get into the city quite quickly. Of course, because it starts... I mean, it actually starts kind of closer in some ways than it would normally, so we've got to watch out for that. However, I think we ditched the boat quick enough that it wasn't all too bad. wasn't all too bad. Well, certainly we haven't been killed yet, so, or we haven't seen the side of a blimp, and if it's already seen us doing something goofy, it probably would have, you know, found its way over here. So that's fine. And there are various rules as well regarding weaponry for the hunters. They're only allowed basic pistols and shotguns, and they can't shoot from within their cars. You have to be out of the car to shoot. This is all in the name of balance to make chases and so on a little bit more exciting. Where are we going to head in this? Now, there's a that we could blow up by the shopping centre. We could go and nab that one fairly quickly. There's one up by Michael's house that we could go and get that's also not too far. Now, we could try and link them together. You know, we could try and blow up the one at the shopping centre and then work our way towards Michael's house and blow that one up. Now, that's great. It can save you some time if you don't have to, you know, crisscross the city. However, as good as it is, when you blow up a car, that area becomes swarming with hunters. If you go to another not very far away car, well, the hunters are going to be able to swarm that area very, very quickly. So we have got to be incredibly careful going for that sort of strategy. Yeah, we might end up doing that one. We are definitely going to head towards the shopping centre. I'm actually kind of glad the lights went red in there. We can just sort of sit, take stock briefly. I think I saw one hunter car ping around. Now, it comes up with a little challenge icon saying, like, challenge other players to an impromptu race. That's going to be one of them as well. It only pops up sometimes, and the hunters are around each other so often that they can't pay. If you pay attention to that every time, you're going to be chasing each other the entire game. So it's a kind of a little bit of an indication for me sometimes that something's around. Most of the time, though, I can see, because at the end of the day, they don't need to blend in. You know, they're not trying to blend in with traffic. They can whiz around all they like to try and find me. They probably want to. At the end of the day, you want to cover as much ground as possible. You don't want me... yeah, if you're driving around slowly, you're just not covering as much ground. You're less likely to find me somewhere. There's quite a lot of supercars around that are kind of tempting. Now, what I've got to do here is... So, my plan is here. Can we get the window to go down? We can. And then we're going to get the sticky bomb ready to throw, because I believe the car should be on the other side of the tunnel. I don't quite know where it's going to be on the other side of the tunnel, but it'll be somewhere. And I'm hoping we can figure out. I might even call Lester. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my phone ready. I've got a plan. You know, we've got to have good plans. We have the phone ready when the traffic lights go green. Oh, the traffic lights have gone green. That's actually perfect timing. So we get about 3 minutes. This is 3 minutes on the cooldown. So we've got plenty of time to make our way here, find the angle to sticky bomb the pre, and oh, that car just sank through the floor. Where is the pre? Ooh, that's in a horrible place. That is in a absolutely horrible place. The only way I'm going to get this is if I take a left out of here. I don't necessarily want to, but that's okay. We can do that. That's fine, yeah. If we take a left as we drive past in front of it, we chuck a sticky bomb over to it, we can then drive off away. Now, I'm not allowed to put a sticky bomb in the car and drive the other side of the city. I have to blow it up within easy visual range, shall we say. That looks like one of them has just gone into the Los Santos Customs. See, a lot of people have said about why don't I visit the custom shops and all that. Well, the reason is that they like to visit the custom shops as well quite regularly. Please be close enough. It was fantastic news. So they're going to be kicking themselves because they're literally in the shop next door as the car blows up. You can't get out of there fast enough to go and investigate necessarily. So that's been a wonderful... Oh, we're going to just sneak our way through that light, as did the SUV ahead of us. So, you know, it's fine. AI coding is good enough. And I don't think there's really anybody around to notice that kind of shenanigans. Oh, look at that, and the lights are all green. Don't you love it when a plan comes together quite so nicely? The blimp is hovering. Maybe we choose this moment to kind of vanish into the traffic a smidge. That's okay. Now, I want to go straight on, because I want to go under the tunnel. If a car behind me wants to go right, because you can take a right turn on a red light, and over here, they might try and overtake me. I've got to keep an eye out on that. I'm going to hope nobody does. But yeah, my plan is here. I can kind of stay shrouded from the blimp. That's what we're working for here. We're working to be well enough hidden from the blimp just so that they don't really get any kind of recognizing going on of this car. We probably... If at any point our car is involved in, I say sketchy moments, but what I mean by that is if there is at any point we have a bunch of hunter cars around us, whether they are actually searching us, whether they're directly checking my car or not, if, you know, we've been looked at and they've decided it's nothing, we will have to change our car afterwards. They've gotten better at managing to sort of spot vehicles that look a little that spot... Well, remember when they've seen like multiples of a vehicle, what is that doing? Okay, so we're going to have to... We're just going to shuffle over more. The AI cars do sometimes park at funny angles. That thing was going to try and overtake us, so we had to go and block it. That was embarrassing. It's a bloody good thing I shuffled my car ever so slightly. That is a really good thing, because if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't shuffled my car like that, the Buccaneer would have been alongside us, and that would have seen. That was not too bad. That was not too bad at all. Okay, where are we going to head to next? With our current location, Simeon Docks might actually not be a terrible idea, you know. So there is one, I say Simeon Docks, there is one on where we would normally rush out of the Simeon Docks. There is one around there. There's one on the kind of the edge of that... I guess that's a dual carriageway bit, or the entrance to that dual carriageway bit. If you're leaving the docks, you'll see it in a minute. We're going down that way. That's the plan at the moment. Plans sometimes change because all manner of craziness goes on, and I don't have another choice. However, craziness over here isn't too bad by the looks of it. There is a Buccaneer that has just crashed into everybody. Guess who needs a new car? That would be me. Crap. Didn't really need that. And this is what I mean by plans change. We just went around a corner. We're minding our own business. The Buccaneer managed to hit 3 cars. The worst thing is that there's been a crash, and through no fault of my own necessarily, cars will see this damage and go, what's got on here? I don't really know what to do with this at this moment, other than just keep driving. I can't get out of my car. If I get out of my car, it looks almost more suspicious than if I just keep going. But the problem is that I've got one headlight, and one headlight is not a good thing to have on your car. Did anybody follow me? Oh, Christ, we're right in front of a police station as well. And now I'm away from where that crash was. Oh, don't tell me that Buccaneer is one of them having a... there might just be an AI. I can't nick a car from in front of a police station, otherwise I'm definitely going to get a wanted level. I really want to swap my car out, but I can't. God damn it. It's like this. Oh, what the hell do I do here? I've got to try and keep it. I've got to try and keep my car away from everything. Almost. Do I maybe try and go towards the docks? Do we reckon they're going to be... where do we reckon it's going to be safer? I mean, that's one of them. I don't know what to do here. Okay, I had a plan. I don't know whether that worked. Maybe. I don't think that did. I think the AI car trying to overtake me has given me away a little bit, and I had to kind of do something with that information, with what was going on. And I think we're going to be too suspicious with the light out, regardless of what's going on here. Maybe. It's definitely having a look at what's going on. It's definitely very, very suspicious of us. It's definitely very, very suspicious of us. Which I don't like. But my hope is, if we keep pretending for long enough, it might just decide. I've got a really big gamble going on here that could work. It depends on how much they want to check. My gamble was actually going to go on the motorway, because I'm technically allowed a little bit of the way down the motorway. I could get to the first Or I could get down the motorway. I would have to turn myself off of it, but my hope is if they saw my car go straight on there, that they would think it was an AI car, because I wouldn't be going down there, because the only turn I could take would lead me to like be incredibly obvious. I'm really hoping I find something good that I can swap into here at the moment, because I don't want to go into a Jeep. I mean, we know how the Hummer did. We know how well the Hummer did. It did incredibly, but I can't go into a SUV at 10 minutes into this, because that will not work. And I'm now next to the police station again. I mean, this was the safest option, but it does not necessarily mean it's good. I'd like the Ruiner. I'd swap basically anything that's not a Manana or an SUV, a rubbish SUV at that as well. Every second I'm in this car is more danger, because they're not gonna. I mean, I can't drive an orange muscle car, I'm afraid. Oh, typical. The lights have gone just as I was watching that. There's obviously no one around. Okay, so there is a. Right, when we stop at this next set of lights, I'm nicking the Ruiner that's behind me. So I'm going to nick the car. We're going to go for the incredibly dangerous, but sometimes very, very important hot swap of cars. I'm really sorry, but I need your Ruiner. You can take the Oracle. It's fine. It's probably worth more, to be honest, than this. Okay, it's missing a headlight, but there we go. We are away. We are clear. We're actually still heading towards Simeon Docks, so let's do that. Right. Well, kind of heading towards Simeon Docks. We found the incident location. Fantastic stuff. Unintentional, but fantastic. Right, let us head towards Simeon Docks. We can blow the car up. That was the initial plan at the end of the day. We just had to take a massive bloody detour around the way, as I said, this is what happens. This is what happens with Survive the Hunt. Even knowing where the pre's are does not necessarily make life easier for me. Sometimes you've just got to do... Oh, there we go. I think I've got to be further to the left, possibly, with my... Oh, that's a terrible turning from me. Did not go far enough across... Well, I mean, it's... I don't think there's any lines for me. Either way, it wasn't very clever of me, but I don't think there was anybody around to see it. So I will take that. We can sneak our way... Oh, there's going to be green lights as well here. Fantastic. We can sneak our way down towards the docks. This is very, very good news. This is very, very good news indeed. How do we deal with this car? That is always the difficult part. That car looked like it had weird wheels, but I don't know why. Weird lighting, perhaps? I don't know. Yeah, if we blow this car up, it's in such an awkward place that there's not very many ways out. It's like placement-wise for the Hunter cars can be quite important. If you place a car with too many kind of avenues of escape, then it's actually quite easy for me to get out of that area. If you place a car kind of too far away from everything, for example, if they're busy checking the other side of the city and I blow this car up, I could actually, I say cause them a lot of problem. It could take them a minute or two to get here. In a minute or two, I could get a long way away. Problem is, apparently they're not a minute or two away, because that's just gone flying past. Now, where the car is just at the bottom. So I'm going to call Lester while we've got a little bit of time. We're prepping for this. If I have to abandon, if I have to change my mind, then I say fair enough. Oh, I don't like this particularly. Don't like this particularly. The blimp's... Okay, the blimp's miles away. The blimp's not going to see a damn thing. I don't know where that car went. Could have gone anywhere. It's going to have to turn around. Now, they're not allowed to camp at the pre's, of course. They are going to wander around the map. They're going to end up close to pre's at various points around the place. But they are not allowed to simply sit and camp at the vehicles. Can I see wherever it might have gone? I can't see it anywhere. It was a Ruiner of some description. So, you know, there is that. Crap. The car I hadn't... Oh, well, that was actually a really bad sticky bomb. I hadn't actually put the window down like I thought I had. I believe... Can we just do that and Get rid of the glass anyway? No. I'm going to have to hope that the damage is desynced on the car. Sometimes the damage is desynced, sometimes it isn't. We won't know. We won't know until one of them potentially sees us. And there's that. We might have to swap the car anyway at some point. I guess you could... Once you've got out of the initial kind of dangerous area, you potentially could do a thing whereby you... Actually, I think I did that Cornetera. No, they kind of took the same line. You could do a thing whereby you swap cars. So we blow that up, we drive away to a safe distance, we then swap cars before trying to blow up a next one. It means more swapping of cars, and swapping of cars is dangerous. However, maybe it could work. There's some freaked out AIs going on behind me from the explosion. Now, the plus point to this location, and the way I've come out of this, is I can get on the motorway and I can just bugger off into the city. They're going to have a really tough time tracking that. So, yeah, while this has only got two ways out, one of the ways out involves the motorway. Or I could try and go across the bridge and head towards the airport where there is another car to blow up. Do we go motorway and head towards Michael's? Do we go bridge? But the bridge is a one-way system. I say one-way system. Oh, let's just punch it through there and get onto the motorway. I say one-way system. But the bridge, once you're on the bridge, you're on the bridge. You can't get off of the bridge for whatever reason. And if they happen to have cars up there, they might do. They do occasionally run around that section. Then you would be in trouble. Ooh, rain would spice things up if we got in a chase. Yeah, rear-wheel drive Ruiner, probably not the best for these conditions. Not the best at all. I'm going to hope we don't get seen. Christ, why is the traffic so slow at this particular... It just doesn't want to go. Come on. I would like to get towards the city in one way or another at a half-decent pace. I think we're going to head... I think we're going to head towards Michael's house. I think if we can go up there, we can hopefully... basically try and drag them around the city. We're getting to run to one corner while we run back the other way, hopefully sneak past them, and then get them to chase the wheel across the other side. And yeah, maybe that will do the trick. It's difficult to know. It's just a different plan. I haven't seen any on this motorway. To be fair, this bit of the motorway doesn't actually very often get used. It gets used by me occasionally when things go a little bit awry. It can, as it said, it's a good escape from where we were there. We can make a lot of distance here. From where we were. Can we... Actually, there's no real good way to get across. I was in the outside lanes and actually wanted to be over here. I'm hoping no one was paying any attention. I don't think they would be. They might have been, you know, if there's a helicopter, the blimp's about, it may have done. It's a big maybe, though, that, and I wanted to get off the motorway, basically. I want to be over here. There is one of them. So my plan is we take a left and then a right, and then we can go along past the theatre, and then we're up by Michael's house. Basically just follow that road along, and then we get up to Michael's house fairly straightforwardly. The downside of the route I have taken is we're actually quite close to where one of the other potential ways out of the Simeon Docks leads. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. That is just the way that it goes. Right, we will park our car up here. That would be one of them there. I don't know what it was they were driving. Primo. Now that, I think, was the car that might have had a look at us before. Maybe. Could well have been the car that had a look at us before. That's kind of why, even if that White Oracle hadn't got damaged, why maybe if you've been investigated, I think we're going to initiate a new system. But yeah, if I've been investigated, I think I'm going to swap cars out just to be on the safe side here. Would like the Rapid GT, that would be nice. Downside of the Rapid GT, of course, very quick, doesn't always blend in with every location on the map, so I think I just went shooting past. Like, for example, down by the Simeon Docks. Did you see a Rapid GT? Not at all. If I drove one down there, would it look mighty suspicious? Very much so. So, yeah, there is that. It's half tempting to try and nick the R8 alongside us, but I don't know if there's something watching. Like, swapping cars is always the mega dangerous part here. So, while we're relatively incognito here, I'd say we're probably okay for now. Okay, no, wait, that's only a... Oh, there's a Ruiner whizzing around. That's just ran a red light? Any particular reason? Oh, well, then we're going to go anyway. That's fine. We'll just head along. Actually, I think I went down one too low for the theatre, didn't I? It doesn't really matter. Both of these roads will take us towards where we want to go. So that's fine. In fact, if I just pull up alongside there, they might not... If there's weird traffic goings on, the chances are it's not going to be me that's the car that's doing the really weird thing. So if I do the really weird thing, they might not think that I'm doing the weird thing. If that makes sense? I don't know if it does. Oh, I'm in the wrong lane. I don't want to be in this lane. Well, the hunters have just crashed into one another around here. Well, I guess we're going left. Gee, big old thunderstorm going on here. Well, I guess we're turning left. I didn't know this lane was a left-hand turn only sort of a deal. Sure, there's a lot of cars around this part, and I don't like it. And I can't do anything because I'm sat at a set of traffic lights. There's loads of cars behind me that are going to start getting impatient and are not going to be happy with the goings-on that are occurring. There's nothing else I can do at this moment. We just got to follow the traffic and hope. Hope that there is a lot of cars around here. We just have to hope that there's enough distraction for them that they don't notice when I inevitably ball something up like that. Are you supposed to do a U-turn there? I feel like you're not supposed to do a U-turn. I'm slightly suspicious of that green car. Where is that thing going? What is going on? What sort of... I mean, that is an AI car. Why? What? I am confused. I am very confused. The blimp is over here. What have they seen? What on earth have they seen? They're up to something. They are definitely up to something at the moment. I just wonder what it is. I very much wonder what on earth is going on, what on earth has happened that has got so many cars up this end. Whether they're trying to... Now, they might be trying to figure out where I would head having blown up a car. You know, that is possible. Of course, they know where all their pre's are, so maybe they're trying to figure out... Maybe they're trying to work backwards, essentially, from me and decide, right, where is he going to head having just blown up the car down at the docks? I don't know why they'd think maybe I went up to Michael's, but possibly. I guess it is a fairly straightforward road to get up this direction. Maybe an AI car was freaking out. That does happen sometimes. They go on a wild goose chase because an AI car ran away, or somebody looked like me, or something weird went on. They saw a car with damage that nobody remembered hitting, and there's a million different things that can arise suspicion. Sometimes that suspicion happens to just be around me by pure coincidence. At the moment, the suspicion is now somewhere further away, which is nice. We could try and get... So there are two cars quite close together here. If we get Michael's car, there's another car that is along by one of the apartment buildings that could potentially be exploded. However, they are very close together, which means it is a hell of a risk going for the double, and I could probably do with swapping out the car. The black and silver Ruiner hasn't really been investigated, but it might struggle to hold up to scrutiny if the damage is synced. Well, if the damage is synced, it won't hold up to scrutiny because it's missing a bloody window. Oh, there goes the Primo. That's just had a jump up there. What's it doing? Now, the good news is because there are like oracles and so on around, if the hunters want a new car, the chances are they're going to not take the Ruiner. They might. But there is a very good chance they're not going to take the Ruiner. They'd rather take an Oracle. You'd rather take a Zion or something. Admittedly, that does mean they might be a little faster than... Where is he going? So, I mean, we have to try and pretend and act natural and beat the horn and whatnot. Also, I just realised my game sound is incredibly low. So we're just going to try and one-handedly turn up the volume, and that should be fine. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, the thing is still hanging around. Oh, no. AIs, don't do this. Don't do this. I'm trying to shuffle my way forward as best as I can. That Jeep would then try to sneak the other way around me at the moment. That's not helping matters. Oh no. Come on, Lester, buddy. We need your help here, my friend. We need your help here. As good as we can. Cops turn a blind eye. We actually spun the wheels up. Thankfully, that thing was in mid-air. Probably wasn't looking to the side of it to see if somebody was spinning the wheels in their Ruiner. Where is the Pre by Michael's house, though? That is the question. Is it around the back? Is it down the side? It looks like it is. It looks like it's around the front, perhaps, actually. Maybe we might have been a bit early with the old cops turn a blind eye. We'll have to wait and see. At least the car behind me actually knows how to use a junction. It's quite nice when the AIs actually know how a junction works. Bloody hell! Well, that's a dead car. We're gonna negotiate our way around there. Now, do we reckon? I reckon we're gonna have to go down the next turning. We've got 2 minutes to get there. We've got 2 minutes and we're surrounded by cars as well. That's the worst part of this all. I don't even know if I can blow this car up in time. Well, I mean, I can get to it, but it's a huge gamble. I should have probably taken that left. So, but I can't do much at this moment in time other than just kind of keep going where we are. That just followed somebody along. I mean, I like the look of the black and red Ruiner. The worst bit is I'm going to get there in time. I'm going to get there in time. I'm going to find the Pre, and there's going to be too many cars, and I won't be able to even contemplate exploding it. I'm pretty confident that is what's going to happen here. The blimp is around. I mean, this is a huge... If I do go for the explosion, I better do a damn good job of pretending I'm an AI around whenever it is, however it is I explode it. Yeah, I mean, this is super risky. I mean, we might be able to do this. Right, here we go. That works. That works. The explosion went off. It was danger close. The blimp is around. I don't know if the blimp would have seen where I was. We are currently going for the sneak away as fast as I can strategy, which is this way. Actually, this way wasn't maybe very clever. I was thinking there's less traffic lights this way, which there kind of is, but there kind of are still some lights. I'm going to follow that car. Basically, if that car goes, a lot of cars have just fled up into the hills, which they might think I'll run to the hills. Again, it is a relatively common occurrence that I bolt up into the hills. It does happen. It does happen because it's very, very difficult to follow a car there. It's very easy, much easier for me to force them into mistakes, have them make little errors, whether it be driving errors, whether they just lose sight of me, and if there is a firefight, if I have to bail out of my car, there's alleyways, there's buildings, there's walls we can climb over and just generally cause trouble with. So that is the plan. Now, I do want to swap cars, but I can't swap a car at the moment. It's too risky to swap a car here. There's too many hunters likely to be around. Oh, the Felter does shoot fire on its own sometimes. Oh, fair enough. I've never noticed the AI cars spit fire, but apparently the Felter does. Either that or there's a player decided to... Nah, it wouldn't be. Not when there was the explosion that close to everybody. No one's going to risk that. Now, ooh, I have a cunning plan, though. So there is a car actually right alongside. I think it's just over there somewhere. There is another car. Now, I could go and blow that up. It is a humongous gamble, though, especially with people not being all that far away. What I can do, we have still got some time. There are cars down by the marina. That's where I'm looking at heading next. So if we get to the edge of this road, we can head along and head down towards the marina area. I say the edge of this road. I know the road I mean, I just don't know how to describe it currently. But yeah, if we keep going along here, I have a plan. A fairly good plan, I think. We will see. They got I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. I mean, they're not allowed to shoot from that position. But it is exquisite work. That is the finest work in transportation and scouting. I guess, you know, it means the car can focus on driving and the person in the back can just look for anything weird going on. It's not the worst idea they've ever had. It really is. I've also just had a thought. I don't actually know if I put on... So I have still got some body armor. Fantastic. If there's a firefight, you know, we want that. We've still got the... Is that still... Oh, they lost their passenger. Be funny if they had. I didn't see. It looks like their passenger has got out. Whether their passenger found a better car, or whether their passenger got knocked out and they just abandoned them. Who knows? There's a lot of traffic here. There's some safety in numbers with cars, but also the AI do freaky things when there's a large number of cars. So there's also some very big danger in numbers. What are you doing? Oh well, I guess you're a executive German car, so you are going to be right up the bumper of the car ahead. That makes sense. Right, we've still got a good few, about probably got 10, 15 minutes to go here. I don't know if I can... how do we get... that's where we go to get here. I was going to say, I didn't quite know how this junction worked. I don't think I've ever driven around this junction in this direction. There is still that car with its trailer. That, yeah, pickup. The Bobcat is still going around with its trailer. Still just searching this kind of corner of the map. Now that's fine. It's doing its thing. If we just follow straight down here... yeah, we can go straight down here. We can go through the canals area. Maybe we actually go out the other side of... Oh, yeah. I know what I'm going to do. So we're going to go down here. Rather than take the left sort of straight by the canals part and go by the police station, there's always a risk. If we just keep going straight further down, we get to like the last turning where we can turn off. We can go left and then we can head up towards the marina. Now there is a car right in the very far car park at the end of the beach that is kind of along this way. It's tempting to try and get that while I'm here, but that's a real dead end. If you don't get that right, it's a real dead end. It might be one that you go for in a chase situation. Why is the door open there? I don't think there's a person with that car. They just left the door open. Sure. Why not? Why not? There is a Primo. It's bopped into something and made a mess of that corner and is off wandering around. So yeah, they're just whizzing around desperately trying to find something. They're desperately having a look around because they've not... Oh, someone's got a police car. Well, you know, fair play. I don't know where they've got that one from. However, they have got a police car. The blimp is currently just sat in the middle of the city, as you do. Police cars turn around to go bump into a bit of... I do think it bumped, I think it's bounced off the curb. There are cars around. And of course, as it gets later and later, they are going to be more... In some ways, the later it gets, the more desperate they're going to get. The quicker they're going to drive because they're trying to cover more ground. And then the less they're potentially going to have a look. That is good news. I say it's good news. It's either that or they're going to start getting, I say, much more methodical and start like bumping into everything, trying to get some sort of rise out of cars. It might be one way to go. I mean, you'll damage your own vehicle and whatnot, but it might be a way to go. Police cars whizzing around still. I mean, yeah, still got about 10 minutes to go in this one. There is still plenty of potential for blowing up stuff. I do hear some sirens. Now, the player car wasn't blaring sirens, was it? Okay, it wasn't blaring sirens. It is searching this area, though. I did just see a barracks. Where the hell did they get that from? Oh, you can own them, I guess. It might be a like Pegasus vehicle. I guess I've got to watch out for the barracks because that thing is not going to be quick, but if you hit it, it's going to hurt. So let's not hit that. There is... Now, the police car does have its siren. Maybe it was just blaring the sirens. Maybe there's someone's being chased. Let's face it, that wouldn't surprise me. Oh, the hearse is around. Oh, I don't want to be in this area. I don't want to be in this area, particularly at the moment. There's a lot of them. I think... So there are two prees in this part, and they may well be suspecting that as the time is starting to draw... In fact, there are three prees within a fairly small-ish area. They're quite difficult to get to all three of them, for example, but they are relatively close. And it might be a case of they're figuring, well, if I'm... What the hell is going on up here? That if I'm going to be around somewhere, maybe I am looking to try and get some explosions before the end of this. The police car certainly very much looks like it's just patrolling up and down this part. Now the only downside is if it does start recognising the black and white car, there may be problems for me. Because the other car... Well, I say the other cars may despawn. I guess cars around me won't despawn. So maybe, for example, if the one behind me stays there... That's a different siren. That's definitely... Oh, Primo's here as well. Is that another one of them? I would presume so in the Oracle. What is there? There's just a lot of cars around. Oh, I almost spun the wheels up there. I was eager to go, having, you know, sort of coasted to a stop there. I was relatively eager to get going. There's the shadow of a blimp crossing overhead. Doesn't seem to be anything around. I think we're good to go. Now, where we want to... Oh, this is so risky with what I'm thinking of doing here, because there are just so many cars around. And I can't really change my vehicle either. And this is the worst part of it all, is I can't change my car. I can see the damn Pri I want to go for. Lester, buddy, we are going for ridiculous, dangerous pre-explosions here. Cops turn a blind eye. Police cars literally just a U-turn around me and wandered off. Primo's about. There's so many cars about. Laggy Serrano is around. What is going on up here? I feel like my car is going to give me away at the moment. Just because I can't sort my car because I've not had 30 seconds where there's not been somebody around me. Now, I could blow this Pri up. If somehow I get away with this, I feel like I've got to go for this, surely. Surely we can't pass this opportunity up. Whoop. There is a long distance throw, but it should be good enough. Now, I'm not going to blow it up here. Of course I'm not. That would be foolish. We're going to drive. We're going to get to the next intersection. As long as I blow it up within visual range, that is okay. I doubt they're going to look at the sticky bomb on the floor. Oh, well, the player just drove past disconnected, so that's something. Ah! Thank you, officer. You've actually just pushed the Pri onto the sticky bomb. That is really helpful. You are very kind. You are very kind indeed, good sir. Now, we wait. When these traffic lights go green, we will be far enough away to blow the sticky bomb up and not have any suspicion on us not freaking out like an AI car. Or if the car behind me freaks out, then maybe we freak out a little bit as well. Oh, come on. We've only got a minute. We've got a minute and a half. We've got a minute and a half before the blind eye ends. They are going to be surprised by the bravery of this. We're going to have to blow it as the Primo shoots its way up there. That is going to explode. Oh! Oh no! They've actually now crashed into me. The police have crashed into me, and that's not good. That's really, really bad. The police are angry currently at my car. Lester.
What do you need exactly?
Remove the wanted level, please.
Can't handle the heat, my friend? Okay. Leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
Oh. And breathe, and breathe, and a bit more breathe, please. Just get some... Catch your breath. We're going to sneak down this way. I have a really cunning plan, actually. This could be a really good plan. There was so much mayhem going on there that this could work. So there's another Pri at the airport. If we're really clever, we could sneak getting this one in as well. Now, what I'm going to do is they haven't got much time at all. They are running really, really low on time. And they're also going to know that I must have been super close. Oh no, the back of my car is going to give me away. I haven't got to where I needed to be. Oh no, don't let that see the damage on this. If it does see the damage on this, we are in trouble. Although it has now just hit me, so it does kind of mean it's put its own damage on the back of it. I think I was going to go in the repair shop and fix it and repaint it. Guess who's not going to get the choice? Guess who's not going to get the chance of this one? I think I might be in trouble here. We're going to keep... do we keep going? Maybe. My grand plan of going to explode the car by the thing is not quite happening. I'm hoping if I do enough weirdness, they might just think it's an AI. Okay, we're not gonna risk that anymore. I was hopeful we could be a little bit sneaky in all of that. Unfortunately, sneakiness was not our strong suit. Although a little trip around the car park. Why have I got a wanted level? What did I do? I mean, I blew up some stuff and I killed somebody. However, I'm not quite sure what I did to deserve a wanted level in that. Okay, I tried a little different. Technically, it is going to be now flee. It is going to just be a flee for your life and hope for the best, basically, at this stage. Well, I wasn't necessarily going to go take the jump, but we are now. We actually tagged that car as it launched itself into the sky. It is raining cars as the blimp does a low flight. I think the blimp tried to catch a car. I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty sure a blimp just tried to catch a car in all of that. Can we get on the phone to Lester? Okay, we're not going to make that corner. I was trying to make that corner. There is no easy way out of this. Oh, wow, that's a solid fence. Uh-oh. Well, come on, Ruiner. Come on, Ruiner. Well, we've knocked one of them over. Why is my car stopped? Why is my car stopped? The car is not working. What happened? Why did the car just stop? I don't know why it died. I thought I lost a tyre. I think we just ran over a body. They so nearly got me there because I couldn't slow my car down for a corner. I was calling Lester. We pressed some buttons and we're now not calling Lester. But we are still on the go here. Somehow we survived that. We probably shouldn't have done. We're trying to shake the cavalcade. We're trying to give it some problems here. Last sort of minute turn through there. The cavalcade's going to have the steering. They are going to have the grip here. Oh, God. It's going to be really, really dicey. It's going to be super, super dicey in this one. We're going to ping off of the wall and... maybe this can be a good plan. Maybe this can be the plan that we need to jump onto the motorway. This is the plan. This is the idea, is if we can just make some distance on them. Make the distance. Now, I could try. That would have been very... it would have been clever if I could have done it, but the cavalcade is close enough. Like, if I ducked off the motorway and sort of spun the car around, like, under the bridge. However, the cavalcade would have seen us. Even in, you know, the kind of nighttime here, with the lights off and everything, the cavalcade would have seen that. Do you reckon? Oh! If we could have not hit that, that would have been glorious. It has made a little bit of a mess. The cavalcade's also ploughed into it, but the cavalcade has got away with a lot more speed through that one. Oh, that was iffy, but it had to be done. That was the only... because they were going to carry so much more speed than me, I had to go for that really, really, really dangerous turn in this one. Right, we are in... oh, through all of them, I think. So there might have been an AI car in that. I'm not 100% sure. They really tried to throw some blocks on that one. We've lost the police in all of that, which is very, very helpful. However, as we head around these next few corners, I'm not actually 100% sure on the time we need to get to. I was trying to go and dive through. Yeah, I didn't actually see. We're just going to keep running. As I forgot to check, as we set off, I'm going to wait for a ping. I think it was about 21 something or other that I did check that was a little bit later. Who cares at this moment in time? We're just going to keep going because, yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan in this. Oh, don't clonk anything. Get off the curb. The cavalcade was on the road a little bit through all of that. Oh, mostly on the road. Oh, no. That's a lamppost. That's not helped. I don't know how we didn't get pinned. I'm still saying how we didn't get pinned. That was a mess of... I was stuck. I don't remember the roadblocks being as much of a thing. Are they new? I think they are new, you know. I think they are new. Or something different. I don't ever remember that. Oh, well, I was in the phone and I didn't have a chance. I'm going to try to sticky bomb my car. However, not quite. We'll wipe out some more signs as we climb up through here. There's still got 3 cars on us. However, that is it. The time is up. We have just been notified. We have made it. Oh, we got so far incognito. We got so far incognito until the end there, and then we nearly died as soon as the chase started. I don't know how we got out of that. It helped that the one person who got out, we managed to run over, and they got knocked on the floor. And then we could just run. We could just run. Has the blimp gone down, or is it just really badly scratched? I think it's really badly scratched. No, we're gonna die! Oh, we did it. That was a lot of prees that we blew up. And I tell you what, there was some super lucky, ridiculously brave explodings of prees that went on in that one. I shouldn't have got away where I did. We did eventually get caught while I was trying to sneak my way out to the airfield. However, the fact that we got as far as we did, then, you know, that is quite lucky. There we go. There wasn't the most chases in this one. There was a lot of sneaking around. We actually got really, really lucky with our kind of, I don't know. We got away from all the explosions. They never quite managed to pin us in at any given moment. We saw a lot of cars around us. We were very close at the start as well. However, yeah, they didn't quite get. They didn't quite ever gotten on to where we were. Well, there we go. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.